Okay, so today's topic is postpartum diseases and complication part 4. In that I will cover the uterine rupture. Okay, what is the uterine rupture? You also aware that the terms rupture means फट जाना, means tearing हो जाना, कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. So uterine rupture occasionally observed, not always, because of during the parturition or during the handling of dystocia or some other reason by the accident, and so many causes of the uterine rupture are there. So uterine rupture is not a common things. It is very occasionally or rare things which happens during or after the parturition of the animal. So that is the uterine rupture, and majority of rupture occur through the greater curvature. What is greater curvature? Greater curvature मतलब जो ऊपरी सरफेस है, ज़्यादा जो बड़ा सरफेस है ग्रेटर कर्वेचर कहेंगे, और उसके बाद लेसर कर्वेचर होता है एक, वो जो नीचे का पोर्शन. जैसे ग्रेटर कर्वेचर, यूट्रस आपका प्रेग्नेंट अगर यूट्रस है तो जो उसका ज़्यादा उभरा हुआ हिस्सा समझो, इसको बोलते हैं ग्रेटर कर्वेचर. That things called as greater curvature and the lesser curvature. So majority of rupture occur in the greater curvature. Why? Because at the greater curvature the tension is more. So that is the reason why uterine rupture occur in the most commonly seen on the greater curvature. But many a times occur on the near the body of uterus during the handling of dystocia by the obstetrical hooks or other means, by your sometime by your hands also uterine rupture occur if you not handle the case of dystocia very gentle and very precise manner. So, and during the uterine torsion, many times when the rolling is done, then many a times uterine rupture occurs. So these are many causes of the uterine rupture are there, and it is rare at the cervical end. Uterine rupture rarely found on the cervical region, cervical end of the uterus or body of the uterus. So incidence is very rare, as I told, and more common in the young animals because of the many times the birth canal is not so much dilated at that time when the vigorous movement of the fetus and of the fetus occurs, then many times uterine rupture occurs. So, and most common in the beef cattle where the fetal size is more, and in that cases the uterine rupture also there. These are the some photographs which show the how much uterine rupture has occurred. In this case, this is the case of the uterine torsion of the after the death of the animals. The postmortem has done, and you seen the clot of the blood and the rupture of the uterus here. So rupture of uterus not seen most of the times, not seen from the outside. It is seen only in the outside when the uterine prolapse has occurred, and also simultaneously the uterine rupture are also there. So you can see the uterine rupture in the uterine prolapse. Otherwise, you can't see the uterine rupture in the animals. You just palpate by the per rectal examination or per vaginal examination, then only can you diagnose the uterine rupture, or after the laparotomy you can diagnose the uterine rupture clearly, where the rupture has occurred or not. So these are the etiology in which include the traumatic accident in the late pregnancy by the fighting of the animals or the falling down from the height, or so many causes are there from the in the late pregnancy. Uterine torsion, as I told, the uterine torsion and uterine prolapse, complete uterine prolapse or incomplete uterine prolapse, or the cervicovaginal prolapse also may sometimes lead to the uterine rupture by the biting of the animals, by like the dog, fox, any other animals, or some tearing during the handling of the uterine prolapse, cervicovaginal prolapse, prepartum cervicovaginal prolapse. So many times incomplete dilated cervix. When the dilation is not completed, then at the time of the parturition, then it leads to the many times, not many times, but rarely it leads to the uterine rupture, because there is contraction, but expulsion of fetus is not there. So fetal movement and uterine contraction simultaneously leads to the uterine rupture. And the posterior presentation of the fetus, many times the posterior presentation of the fetus leads to the dispositioning of the fetus and uterine rupture by the hooves, and other means other part of the fetus has occurred. So these are the some etiology. And in the large size of fetus, fetal emphysema and malformation like the monster and other things, pathological condition of the fetus many times lead to the uterine rupture, but it also seen in the rarely. And dropsy of the fetal membrane, like the hydroelectrolysis and hydroamnion, where the thinning of the uterine wall has occurred, and then it leads to the uterine rupture many times. So adhesion of the uterine wall, many times the adhesion of the uterine wall occurs because of the previous surgery. Okay, because of previous surgery, scar formation are there, and scars lead to the adhesion with the peritoneums. Okay, when the adhesion with the peritoneum has occurred, then it leads to the uterine rupture during the parturition many times, but not always. And the faulty obstetrical techniques, as I told that if you uh, give the extra forced actions and other things by the obstetrical hooks, and by the faulty techniques of the fetotomy and so many things, then it leads to the uterine rupture also. During retropulsion, when mutational operation has done, then at that time we repel the fetus inside the uterus, because we repel the fetus to create the more space inside the uterus. During that time, if not occurred, if not done with the carefully, then it leads to the uterine rupture, because when you not cover the fetal hoops, then it leads to the rupture of the uterine wall. So that thing will be that thing will consider during the handling of the dystocia and other things. So that leads to the uterine rupture. And what are the symptoms? Staining is there when the expulsive stage of the parturition. That means that when the fetus has almost near to the delivery, at that time if rupture occurs, the staining has more increased. Just remember that. At that time, when the fetus has near to the delivery, near to the birth canal, at that time if the rupture has occurred, then acute pain has arises and staining has the increases. But if the rupture has occurred before the delivery, near to the delivery of the fetus, then cessation of staining has occurred. Then staining is stops. That called the cessation of staining, because the uterine contraction has in the wave form, like the longitudinal wave and horizontal wave. That leads to the wave formation. If there is not a complete wave formation, then contraction has stopped, and that leads to the cessation of the straining of animals. Okay. Then another is dull, depressed, and anorectic animal, as is common in the most of the diseases, and many times ruminal stasis occurs, means the human mortality has almost stopped, and animals become the recommend and expiratory grunt has comes. Increased respiration has occurred, and animal, due to the many region, due to the pain and other things, the animal has recommend. If you palpate by the per vaginal examination, many times you found the rupture. If the rupture end is permissible to your hands, then other things had edges of the rupture, edges मतलब उसके किनारे होते हैं. Edges of the rupture is irregular. If edges of the rupture is irregular, soft, and fresh clot is there, then you think that the rupture is not so much longer times. It may be within that 12 to 24 hours. But if the rupture becomes smooth and the uterus has a blackish color of the um, blood clot, then you might be think that the rupture has become more than 24 or 28 hours. So this is the deciding factor how you approach the things. If the rupture is within the 12 hour, may you may proceed by the per vaginal delivery of the fetus. But if rupture is more than 48 hours, then you must go for the laparotomy and the cesarean sections. So it is very much important during the diagnosis or during the per vaginal examination or per rectal examination. During the per rectal examination, you may also found that the tear at the greater curvature are near to the body of the uterus or near to the cervical end, or as permissible by your hand. So these are the some common symptoms. Many times you found that the small intestine inside the uterus. Many times that you found, because rupture end occurs many times in the 10 to 12 centimeter or 10 to 12 inches behind the body of the anterior to the body of the uterus. These type of the rupture occurs by the obstetrician or by the quacks during the handling of the dystocia, because the length of the obstetrical hooks at the reachable size is maximum up to the 10 to 12 10 to 12 inches anterior to the body of the uterus. So many times you found the uterine rupture at that places, and from that rupture you found the intestinal part, intestinal loop or other things by the vaginal examination. So it is more common in cases of the uh, young animals, and mostly common in the buffaloes, because buffaloes uterine musculature has uh, fragile type, and in the case of the cattle it is not so much fragile. So during the handling of the torsion, uterine torsion in the buffaloes, you might be very aware that uh, during that rolling of the dam, you should not proceed the rolling of the dam by the very much fast, or uh, not so much. Means not 3 to 4, we are not beyond than 3 to 4 times. Otherwise, you may got the rupture of the uterus in the cases of buffalo, but in the case of the cows and other animals, rupture is not so much common. In the cases of the goat, rupture is very common during the handling of the dystocia, because uterine musculature of the goat is also very thin. So you may very careful during the handling of the dystocia. Okay, in the cases of the goat, sheep has a little bit not so much not so much common for the uterine rupture. What are the sequelae? मतलब post disease effect, peritonitis, delayed uterine involutions, adhesions, metritis, and so many things are there, like the endometritis, pyometra, and subsequently when the infertility means the fertility of the animals has hampered, and many times systemic illness is there. Okay, systemic illness leads to the death of the animals. It is very common during the uterine rupture. Death mostly occurs about 90% of cases. The death is occurred if not handled by the laparotomy, okay, or surgical correction. Prognosis is grave, as I told. Death rate is very high. If surgical correction is not done, then it will lead to the death of the animals. What are the treatments and management? So treatments start with very prompt diagnosis and the very prompt surgical interventions or other interventions. So vaginal delivery attempted when easily accessible. You should proceed for the vaginal delivery if the rupture is very small and rupture is very fresh. Otherwise, you should go for the laparotomy and repair of the ruptured uterus after the cesarean section or the laparotomy also. So continuous blind suturing may be done. Blind suturing, what are the blind suturing? Blind suturing is the nothing but only you go per vaginal examination, per vaginally, and suture the ruptured in the uterus by the curved needle and curved needle holder, or sometimes you suture the ruptured in by your by the curved needle with the help of curved needle by your fingers. So need not to go with the forceps. So it is very common during the dystocia. The rupture has many times occurred, but you should, if you should aware, then it will be इसको टाला जा सकता है. मतलब what are the precautions? Handle the case as soon as possible, as I told that, and sepsis should be maintained. Means you should approach with very cleanliness manner. Means you should not go with bare-handed. You should not go with the dirty hand and other things. All the instruments and suture materials are autoclaved, and so many things are there, and proper hygiene and sanitation is maintained. And don't go for the parectal examinations when the bleeding is profuse. Means if bleeding is so much profuse, so much bleeding is there, as you aware that there is a rupture occurred, then don't go for the pervaginal or parectal examination, because during the handling you should increase the bleedings and other things. So give the time for the clotting, and then you should proceed for the laparotomy or cesarean section and other things. Bleeding end should be checked. If you diagnose the bleeding is there, then bleeding end is there, then you should check that you should ligate that vessels and that ruptured end and other things. You should also give the pressure on that ruptured end, and that leads to the clotting of the blood and ruptured, and you should stop the bleedings. And laparotomy must be followed if rupture is not approached. अगर rupture end नहीं मिल रहा है तो उसमें laparotomy कर देंगे, ठीक है. And supportive therapy is in the many cases I told that antibiotics, and in the case of ruptured ecbolic has given, but after the 24 hours, okay, not before the 24 hours. Ecbolic you should not prescribe the ecbolic drugs and herbal preparations. After the 24 hours, when the bleeding has stopped, are you given the laparotomy, then repair of the rupture end, and that leads to the more precise correction of the rupture end. Otherwise, if you give the ecbolic drug, then leads to the contraction of the uterus, and that leads to the more tearing in the uterus if you are not suture that ruptured end. So ecbolic drug should be given after 24 hours. Okay. Blood therapy and calcium therapy may be helpful.
ये इक्वोलिक क्यों देंगे? तो कॉन्ट्रैक्शन करता है ना, तो नहीं देने में फायदा है ना सर.
24 आवर्स के बाद देंगे
कि एडहेशन ना हो, इसके लिए दिया जाता है
ना. 24 आवर्स के
तो
बाद
इसके देने का मेन मकसद क्या रहता है सर? इक्वोलिक ड्रग
मेन मकसद है जो भी यूट्राइन कंटेंट है, जो भी
तो सर
वो बाहर निकल आए, ठीक है.
अच्छा उसको अच्छा,
नहीं तो फिर उसमें रह जाएगा, क्योंकि योर यूट्राइन कंट्रैक्शन इज already hampered. That's lead to the debris and other things remains inside the uterus, and that not go outside So it is necessary to give the ecbolic, but after the 24th hour it is recommended. Okay. Anti-inflammatory drug must be given. So this is the topic, and very small topic. मैं इसको